Welcome to the show. Today we got a special treat for you, a whole half hour of Coldplay. They've got a brand new album out, Viva, Vida, so our very own Matt Wells hopped on a plane to London to talk to Chris and Jonny from the band.
All right, so I found out 2 days ago that I have to go to London, England to interview Coldplay. Right now it's about 6 a.m. the day before the interview, but before all that happens, I got a 7-hour flight to catch. All right, plane time. Okay, so I made it. I'm here, I'm in London, home of Coldplay. This is Coldplay's recording studio, and I'm gonna go in and interview them in about 25 minutes. I wanna try to start the interview with something lighthearted, so maybe I'll ask them if they would rather have a bionic leg or an arm, which comes from Extras, and Chris Martin was in an episode of Extras, so I'm hoping he'll get it. So we'll see if he gets it or not. Chris?
Nice to see you.
Jonny? What's happening, guys?
What's happening is we're just, you know, it's just a regular day in the life of the soft rock superstars.
What would you have answered if I said, how's it hanging?
It's hanging good.
To the left?
Yes! Dude, I asked that question for a year and nobody would give it the right answer. Hey, fellas, how's it hanging?
Amazing.
Yeah, good.
He would always come through for you on penis jokes.
Yes.
That's all I think about.
That was a really serious question. I'm gonna start with the second serious one. You ready?
What is it?
If you had the choice between a bionic arm or a bionic leg, what would it be?
Is this like a trick question?
No.
Is there a correct answer? No. To the left? Is that what he wants to say?
Just from Extras.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a bionic arm or a bionic leg?
Good question. And I just thought you might know it, because you know you were in Extras.
Chris! Hi, hello. How are you?
I would go always for the arm.
Why?
Just for that. Because that counts the fingers as well, right?
Yeah. Arm, definitely.
Well, actually, I tell you what, a bionic arm would come in useful some nights.
How do you mean?
Doesn't matter.
What would you go for?
I think the arm.
Why?
Just because you guys said it.
Just because you're copying us?
Yeah.
So if I said...
Leg, I would have said leg.
You would have said leg.
Yeah.
You haven't thought this through.
I just don't have any questions, so I figure if I make it right.
What about, okay, now do you want to ask us about how often we get drunk or something?
Yeah, okay.
That's a terrible game.
Maybe I should just talk about the record and stuff like that.
No, that's all right. Let's keep going. I like
a
this
long way.
Yeah. Let's keep going on this way.
You like this one better?
Yeah.
Okay. I only found out I was going to interview you guys like maybe 4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah.
It was funny because I'd read the interview you did in Rolling Stone. I remember reading, oh my God, I'd really like to ask him a couple things about this.
Yeah, really?
And now I get to.
Well, that's fantastic, man.
I want to ask you about the quote you said where you said, this could be our last shot at the big time. You remember saying that?
Oh, yeah, I do remember saying that, and that's how I always feel, but particularly so now.
Why?
Well, because I'm 31, he's 30, and the other two are 29, so, you know, you have to see the window of 35 approaching where you become either a legendary old band or just an old band who have to play cross-channel ferries.
I don't wanna be a soldier, be the captain of some sinking ship with snow.
So it is our last shot at the big time because we're like Rocky and Rocky 4. You know, we're not talking Rocky 2 anymore.
Rocky 4.
You know,
so we
it's
took
like,
on the Russian?
Yeah,
Drago.
Right.
The Russian. You've got to know who these people
I didn't
are.
know his name. I didn't do Rocky research before I came to this
Well,
interview.
you should have
Sorry.
done. We didn't do Bionic Man research. And look how much that's embarrassed us.
Clearly I remember.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay, so one day there'll come a time when you're presenting TV and you're like, man, this better be good, because otherwise some young gun is going to come through with a great head of hair, and your hair is fantastic. You know, nice teeth, and take my job.
Is it the idea of like being a band of the moment and being a band that's going to like transcend generations? Is that what you mean? Like a band like U2? Because I think that's maybe the point you're at, where you can be in a historic band now.
Well, maybe, but we have to get a bit better. particularly at the moment, we really kind of feel hungry and like we've got given a job of being a big band, and now we have to sort of try and be a better one. You know what I mean?
Are you just talking about music, though?
Basically, yeah.
What about the idea of the way you carry yourselves, whether it be not lending your songs to an ad or the charities that you work with?
Right. You just said something very important, and you'll never know what it was.
Ad.
You just changed our lives with one tiny little comment.
Ad? Lending your music to ad?
Yeah, this is very important.
Tell me why.
Because it's important that we don't do that, right?
Yes.
Right, so you should tell our manager.
Oh, he wants you to do it more? What's just happened? What happened before this interview?
Nothing, but that's a very important point.
Even if someone's on an iPod commercial, that might do really well now because bands like need it. But you've been able to not do that, and you're still considered one of the biggest bands right now.
Yeah.
And I think it says something.
Do you think we should be able to not continue doing that?
Yes. Did you want me to get him down here right now?
Just say on camera like how great it is.
It's amazing, and I think whoever your manager is should watch this.
We don't do commercials at all.
Yeah.
Right, set the set louder.
Dave should not have to do commercials. Dave. Or anyone else who's watching.
Thank you.
I want to ask you about being on the Kanye West song.
Yeah.
Because you did the Jay-Z song and the Kanye West song.
Yeah.
So Kanye's got this lyric in the song Big Brother where it says something like, I told Jay I did a song with Coldplay.
Next thing I know, he did a song with
And I'm
Coldplay.
like, damn, no way.
Now I'm coming home again.
So like you're caught in this fight between two of hip-hop's biggest stars. How's it feel?
Well, that's just rock and roll, man.
Maybe we could start again.
First of all, it's quite an honour. Secondly, I think it's encouragement for nerds around the world that you can be referenced by cool people
Right.
eventually, if you just stay nerdy long enough. Jay-Z is the greatest rapper who's ever lived, in my opinion.
Right.
And the winner's Hove.
Kanye's the best producer in the world, in my opinion. And my opinion is definitely right, so...
'Cause I'm coming home again.
I want to ask you about the relationship between journalists and musicians. For me, as someone who likes to talk to people about music, I find my job has gotten a lot harder because instantly I think all the press that you're going to do, people are going to say, were you at this wedding? And how's your wife? And your album title, that got something to do with Ricky Martin, right? I feel like everybody's going to say that, and then I feel like it makes my job hard, and I'm always curious to know what kind of mind frame you come into it with.
Our job is to know how to deal with all that stuff.
Well, that's a very good way to put it.
And the answer to your questions is fine, yes, and Ricky Martin's album title is in Spanish, and so is ours. And also his name is Ricky Martin. You could accuse me of stealing his surname as well.
Or you somehow, maybe you guys are cousins or something. Maybe.
Could be, because my dad was a sailor, and I don't know where he got to.
Right. we could start that rumor.
Start it. Let's start it right here.
Started.
So my wife's fine. What was the other question?
Oh, were you at that big celebrity wedding? That didn't happen.
I don't know what you're talking about. And the third part was the sailor bit.
Right, and that's all true.